All right, I'm here. Government's playing games on my phone again. Okay, again, these people, they continue to ask silly questions. These are silly questions, Jimmy. What you're asking. All right, calling out Groovy Jimmy publicly. Do you want to have a conversation or not? Okay, I don't have time for this because I literally be trying to, tag y'all's names. Y'all don't respond. I don't have all day. You know what I mean? And I'm not really trying to give people shine and promotion until they earn it. The game is to be sold, not told. And again, you are answering to the king here. The king, Tyree Sneed, the king, Batman. All right. It is what it is, man. Real talk. It is what it is. So, first of all, I want to offer him an opportunity to come up here. All right. He seems all right. He seems a little better, but we got to talk about this. I'm not going to sit here and not chime in. First of all, you need to get all them trolls off your program. That's number one. Hold on. Man, I'm getting real tired of this phone not letting me type. All right. Christina should have gotten my message. Yeah. First of all, we don't play games like that whatsoever. All right. You got to stop tolerating behavior like that. And this, ooh, I smell that. That's Mary Jane. Who for real? Right? All right. First of all, you got to get all them trolls off your program, Groovy Jimmy. That's number one. Number two, I don't know you. I don't really care. I don't know who you are, but you seem a little bit better than the rest of them. I'll give you that. You seem a little more legit, a little more real. So I give you credit. You're actually making some sense. But we got to talk about this. First of all, anybody, if your friends are affiliated or you talk to or act like you cool with, that their buns dive. Okay? There is no way that you can be cool. There is no way that we can be cool. Okay? And that makes no sense, man. I mean, we don't got to keep talking about it. The facts are the facts. We all know what and who he really is. Everybody's, seen what it is and seen through the veil and seen reality. I don't understand why anyone would say they talking to him. Okay? So let's get started with that, first of all, right? First order of business. I don't know why y'all keep on. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I was just talking about my name. I mean, I'm Batman, but it's all good. I'm glad people are using my real name and saying Tyree Sneed all over the internet. My name just keep popping up. My name popped up again in conversations at tables that I have no idea it's even going on. Right. But I'd like to go in a little bit on all of you. Okay. That's number one. All right. And I'm gonna make some jokes and you're gonna have to just put up with it. That's right. So first of all, here, let me make sure Christina's listening. Hold on. Hurry up, bro. All right. Now I said, you look at me when I'm talking to you, boy. I said, we need to have a talk. We need to have a little talkie walkie. That's right. Me and all of you. All right. So get over here. All right. Now you listen up. You listen good. All right. You say my name. Make sure you put some respect on it. You understand? You sprinkled a dash of respect. All right. And I am the king of this network. Don't you ever get it twisted or messed up or confused. Okay. This is not the game called Twister. Okay. You know what it is. All right. So yeah. Thank you, honey. She said she's gonna listen. Yeah, they be playing games on my phone with my keys, my keypad. It took me like an hour to start this show. An hour. Pretty much. At least like 15, 30 minutes. It's not normal. It takes 2 seconds. They wouldn't let me type the title in or add the tag name. Right? Oh, it's hot. I'm gonna have to pull this up for a sec. It is hot today. Tell you it's hot, boy. Hopefully it sent my message. So yeah, man. Y'all got to understand something. First of all, honey, I'm glad you're okay. I was very worried about you. I love you more than anything. I wish I could type more, but like I said, my keys are messing up, and you know, I just got to do this. Got to keep on working. Got to keep on pushing. And when I'm out here, I got to really focus. You're my everything, and I'm very, very happy to hear that. That is a miracle, and I love you more than anything, genuinely. So please know that. All right. Now the chat room's open. I don't know why y'all are so quiet. Okay. You come over here, very simple, talk positively. I thought it was real weird. Every time that this dude, Groovy Jimmy, is trying to talk and get a word in edgewise, right? Y'all won't let him. Why do y'all do that? Why do y'all keep taking advantage of the fact you're on a computer? We ain't tolerating that. So all y'all need to take that somewhere else, okay? And when grown folks are talking, you all do what? All right. Just be quiet, man. Let people talk. Let people speak. Okay? You don't act like this in reality. You ain't rolling up on us and interrupting us in reality. So why do it online? Come on, bro. That's fake, man. The only way to be cool is to be real. I don't know what this acting fake on the internet stuff. See, that's what got y'all in your predicament. Y'all all looking, all those people on them shows that going over there, they all looking at federal charges, prison. They all literally already got themselves federally indicted. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all are so far behind Batman. It's unbelievable. These dudes are still talking about dudes, still don't know who they talking about. And I know their whole profile up and down like the back of my hand already, exactly who they really are, right? And that they're a part of the Red Triangles. Okay. So first of all, the dude that you have on that panel, okay, that's talking about he a boxer, he this and that, he does this, he does that, a bunch of stuff that he don't do. He's fake as hell. Okay? Ain't nothing real about him at all. So let me just go ahead and get that out of the way real quick and call him out. Okay? I don't care what his name is. I heard the name Cyber several times. Whatever the hell that means. Right? That sounds like the right name for you because that's all that you do is get online and commit cyber crimes with the rest of them. Right? Okay? Let me correct you, sir. You are not a boxer. Okay? You are not anybody. You do not do what you claim to do. You are very small. Okay? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay? And all of what you're kicking is fake. Okay? Other than that, you need to catch up to the content, man. It's kind of a little late in the game to be talking about the Buns Dot and saying you have conversations with a dude that tries to call his name a name of a city that wouldn't even tolerate him going over there, much less using the name of their city as his little fake name. That's not his name, bro. Okay? Call him by his name. You understand? The name that he's ashamed of. Okay? I don't know what you're talking about. So that's number one. If you have conversations with him right there, you're an informant, right? So what would that make you? What are the things that eat cheese, crawl everywhere, and cause a lot of ruckus? They're little and gray and they have fur. What are those? That is what you resemble to me, sir. So it is what it is. She was tripping. She was like, "That's a baby." Waved. So yeah, end of the day, y'all better wake up. Y'all better catch up. Okay. So yeah, that guy. Okay. Now he didn't do anything. He's not tough. And the point is, I mean, y'all are just doing it all wrong. I mean, you don't understand. Y'all have nothing to lose, nothing going for you. You're the ones who are supposed to be proving you're tough. That's just the truth. Okay? I'm not encouraging anything. I'm all about peace and God and love and positivity, right? But these are people who can't afford a hot dog. I, however, right now can afford a hot dog. I've always been able to afford a hot dog. And as long as I'm able to afford a hot dog, considering that I own billions in equity, mansion and estate, over 2,000 in jewelry, my own car lot, I pay over $100 every month. Got a portion there I paid $25,000 cash for. Yep, put it on the table at the Austin Audi dealership, South Austin. I don't know what y'all talking about, homie. Like, website worth almost 2 G's, right? Mineral rights, oil royalties. I'm in the middle of a stock settlement lawsuit that I got over 70,000 shares of a stock because I worked the last couple of years. I invested every dime I had into it, basically. It went bankrupt, right? And it wasn't necessarily a mistake because there's a settlement lawsuit, right? And they should be paying me millions. They're not going to. I mean, well, I can't say that. It's possible. Could be my blessing, and I don't even know. I have no idea, but they're trying to find a way around that. It's a court matter, so I got to wait for them to get done. They've had ample time. It's got to have been several months to a year already, so I think that's coming around the corner. And even if they try to do it only for certain dates, I must have had around 30,000 shares within them dates. If they pay about 15 cents per share, that's about 4 or 5 G's right there. Okay. So you got to understand, gangsters move a little differently. I really run the streets. Okay. This Groovy Jimmy guy, I don't know who he is, but he seems all right. I'd be willing to talk to him. You can come on here and have a direct conversation. Now, as much as these trolls talk, let's see them put their money where their mouth is. Can they have Groovy Jimmy come over here and have a conversation? Y'all love to talk to people when they're not trying to talk to you. So why don't you let him know that a grown man that he spoke on is trying to talk to him and have a conversation? Just him. The other dude I will never talk to. You're a waste of my time, buddy. Okay? And I'm about to go into that whole situation too right now because it is absolutely ridiculous. Okay? Hold on. Man, it's got to be over 100 today. Somebody want to look up the weather? It's got to be over 100. It's hot as hell. Let me get some water in my system before I go in here on all of you. People are always in the way. They're just like on the internet. Everywhere else, you're all the same. Should have a little bit of energy today. Trying to get swole today. We're trying to get swole, boy. That's right. So check this out, right? Everybody knows what it is, man. We all know who the tough guy is. Nobody else is tough. This is what the game was made for. You all are supposed to sit there and talk about me while I get the accolades and take the stripes in the street. It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. I am not a stereotype. I am an enigma. I am very rare and different. And you are lucky to be listening to me. Again, do I really need to go all out like Achilles here, Groovy Jimmy, to get your attention? No. Is there no one else? Is there no one else? Hector! You're Hector in this case, Groovy Jimmy. Come on now. You can do it. How long is it going to take you to find your way to this panel? Do you live in New York? I'm sure you find your way around traffic in New York just fine. How long is it going to take you to get to this panel? Achilles calling you out. Hector! Come on. Come on, Groovy Jimmy. You can do it. Is there no one else? Huh? Literally, these people think I'm joking. No, they know. They know what's up. All of them. I'm literally Achilles reincarnated, bro. You can't take one look at me and see this. Yeah, I found who I am. Realized who I was in past lifetimes. Every lifetime I was something like that. This ain't the first time. I've been done this. This ain't new for me. I don't know about y'all, but it ain't new for me. Okay? So check this out, little homie. Okay? First of all, I think Groovy Jimmy's all right. Okay? So I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to give him, you know, respect is earned. You got to earn your respect, but I'm going to give you a chance to get in the mix here and do what you're going to do, and it'll help your channel out. All right? If you do not respond and you take too long and you waste my time, okay, I may delete this show and you won't get any shine. It's just that simple. If you'd like to get some shine, I would suggest you get on it right now and get over here. Okay? Y'all want to have these successful YouTube channels, but you're not going about it genuinely. Okay? And it ain't going to work unless you collaborate and interact. Isn't that your exact words? Hold on. Like 2018 Wheelers coming through. Batman goes right in the mix of everything. I'm not like you boys. I'm not like French toast that hides inside all day. We're outside. It's like the third time this year I done came outside. I'm French toast. I had to go to Facebook and do reels because I couldn't make it on that there YouTube. For real. Oh, I love it. Please tell me how angry all of you are. It's hilarious. Look how quiet they are. Wide open chat. That chat is open. Usually they run in their mouth. Today, quiet. Yeah, that's a good choice for most of you. Should be quiet. Yeah, I told you you'd lose. Used to it by now, ain't you? Again, where is Groovy Jimmy? The boss of this game wants to talk. You're supposed to be here. It's that simple. Yes, that's right. Everybody has to operate at my beck and call, right? And I'm not trying to be any way towards Groovy Jimmy. I think he's all right. I think the people that you talk to and allow on your channel, I'm not talking to them at all. I'm letting you know right now. I'm way ahead of the game. It's just about respect, man. Like, y'all got to respect me. You know, you already know how I feel about y'all. So, like I said, all those other people, they got no business talking to me, no business talking about these matters. They have nothing to do with it. And the things that y'all say are just so far in left field. They're things we would never tolerate. Let's just get real, man. So, like I said, people who are real, I'll talk to them. The rest of you, I'm all right, man. Like, genuinely. Feel me? So, again, let's go over it, man. Okay. First of all, the cyber dude he wants to run around the internet. That dude has no self awareness. He delusional. Okay. He's on there talking about, yeah, I didn't know it would get this much attention. Dude, it didn't get any attention. You're just talking to a bunch of trolls and they're literally there telling you that it's boring as hell the entire show. There was girl trolls, there was guy trolls. Everybody was like, nobody cares. And that is the truth. They were actually telling you the truth on that. Trolls usually don't say the truth. They told you the truth on that. Nobody cares, bro. You know what I mean? The whole point is, dude, you know, like, I understand both sides of the token, right? A little bit, but both of them, I mean, just make no sense. I mean, first of all, you got the one dude claiming he's something he's not. Hey, listen, brother, if you was that, how come you ain't coming out here and doing my training? You understand what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got to do all that fake boxing stuff, bro. Miss me with that. You're like 3 feet tall, bro. Like, you literally are not built like that. So, like I said, why don't you come do the training? You want to do a workout, bro? Talking to this cyber dude. You want to do a workout, bro? For real? Do you really want to be trained so you can actually become something? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, all that woofing and all that fake talking, you couldn't hang with me in one workout, bro. At all. I'm talking about you couldn't come close to what I do. So I can actually train you. Do you want to do the training? This is what I'm here for. I'm about business. This is what people don't get. Batman about his business. Batman standing on business. Batman about his money. I want everybody paying me for my services. You understand? I'm about my money. Feel me? Christina never has to worry about nothing, period, no matter what. She doesn't have to worry about her man being real and being about it and being a man, because I'm the livest live wire there ever was, and everybody knows it, and I don't run around talking like this. He said it himself. Yeah, he said a little bit of truth. He said how Tone Space was scared of me. Tone Space is terrified of me. Okay? Tone Space ran from me in Austin. Okay? Now let me go over that story for you. All right? Tone Space, okay, has never come within a vicinity of me ever. Okay? Tone Space was always stalking me. Tone Space, I always just said the truth. I never made one track of music. He still hasn't. He literally raps about something that nobody wants to hear about. It's literally weird. Okay? He's a stalker. He definitely uses electronic means to commit crimes and bother people. So I would imagine that when you're calling him, Tone, you're calling him 3 reports. I'm sure he placed those 3 reports because everything you did was probably electronic, I'm guessing, because that's all y'all do and we keep talking about it. So you can't get on camera, Tone, and whine about it and cry, and you don't get points for sitting there doing electronic means, right? And then turning around and saying, well, he filed 3 reports on me. He had every right to. I don't get it. So that's what I'm saying. These people think that they're so delusional, like that Ralph Bottles dude. That dude watches me. He's a fan of mine. And he still can't own up and just admit he's a fan. I don't care what you think, brother. You're out of your mind. It's just that simple. I mean, you lied about having cars because, I own 14. I still own 5 about, right? I mean, either way, I bought them all cash. So that's the accomplishment, right? I mean, I have the car lot. I pay over $100 every month for it. It's got about 4 of them in there. So, okay. So I'm not understanding. I mean, like I said, you're someone that you literally give away hot dogs. You don't own a hot dog business. Okay. That's kind of awkward and weird and suspect, right? Then you hang around the homeless all day because obviously that's where you were. So you're just like an old man who you were in the homeless shelter. It's pretty obvious. You came out of it. They gave you a place. So you live on a Section 8 voucher or whatever, or some kind of paid housing, right? And then you're trying to pretend you're coming up in the game when you're like 50, 60 years old. Your jewelry is fake. So you buy gas station jewelry. This is the truth about Ralph Bottles. You're an alcoholic who drinks all day long. I bet you wake up at 6 in the morning. It's time to have a drinky poo. Okay. That's you. Okay. You refer to your wife as a word that I would never use to describe any woman. It's just downright disrespectful and disgusting and not right. Okay. And I mean, whatever you have, I wouldn't really call it a wife or a girl or a woman. Let's just get real. Okay. That's number two. I mean, you're like 3 feet tall. Okay. Um, as far as how you look, I mean, you kind of look like that old game I used to play with the carts and the trees. You know what I'm talking about, right? I can't hum the song, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Man, I love that game though. That's a good game. But you kind of look like that. That's kind of what you resemble when you take your little pictures that nobody wants to see and nobody cares about, right? Ralph Swallows, right? Right, Ralph Bottles? You know, talk about your real name, man. You ain't nobody. You lied about having cars, you don't have any. Then you lied and said you had a scooter that was like your homeboys or somebody and they let you borrow it. So you want to be on a scooter like me. That's why you expressed your projection and anger at me riding around on bicycles and scooters, which I pay cash for every single one of them. I have about 4 bikes in inventory worth over $300 for each one. I have a bat cycle I put $1,300 into and really went through Batman stuff on. What have you done lately? You claim that you inherited a laundromat. That laundromat failed. You never had any money. You never made any money. And you get online on YouTube and you talk about fake made up digits that you have never dealt with, seen, and don't exist. And you sit there and actually try to say something that's not positive towards a guy who's had bank accounts with over 300,000 in. And you're part of a demonic cult, being the leader, Tommy Sotomayor, right, who we all know is a pedo. And you literally had the audacity to sit there and say anything towards me when your cult leader was trying to make up lies and trying to copy my steez as far as having a bank account with over $300,000 in the best stocks money can buy. He had no money. The truth was immediately thus then proven. Okay, he's homeless, has nothing. Okay, and he's going to go to prison for what I just said and a whole lot of other charges and crimes because he uses electronic means. He works with all of y'all like Tone Space. He stays in touch with y'all like Buns Dot. It is what it is, man. You understand? See, I don't know. That's all wasting my time, bro. Do you understand that y'all are not good at what you do? Like they just came over here and they'll just be typing stuff and it's like clearly you're trying to like I'm not even gonna say it. It's clear what you're trying to do. It doesn't work. It just doesn't make sense, and that's as far as it goes. You understand? But this is what these people do. I'm going to step out of the chat a minute because people are going to be serious when they talk to me. I'm not going to have my time wasted. Okay? So, again, I'm a grown man, right? All these people, I mean, we all know what it is. Where is Groovy Jimmy? That's what I want to know. Where is Harvey Dent? Where is Groovy Jimmy? Where's he at? Huh? Huh? Where's he at? Come on, man. It's just a conversation, bro. It should not be this hard, man. His channel name is tagged right there. They all see what's going on. They all have access to talk to him and run and tell. That's all they do is run and tell. What's the excuse now? Like I said, these people are scared. Not just of me, but of the truth that I represent and am. It's like the Joker says, you change things. Oh, there's no going back. That's the facts. So you don't get it. I run everything coast to coast. I run the valley. I run everything next to the border of Mexico. Okay, I protect this border. Nobody else does, right? I shut down illegal operations in my sleep. Been doing this for a long time, right? I do everything that everybody else doesn't have the heart to do. Okay, so what I represent is a lot. I'm a hero down here. I'm a hero everywhere, right? And I'm the real Batman. So, like I said, Tone Space, you don't get no points for none of that. Okay? You're getting 0 points. Okay? Right now the scoreboard is like in the negative on your side. Okay? And the other guy doesn't really have any points either. They both kind of have a point. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, your intentions are pretty clear when you're doing what you're doing and you're going to see someone and then you're saying, you know, let's talk about it, whatever, right? Maybe, well, no, I'm sorry. No, that's a lie because he did say that he wanted to talk. So again, Tone Space is proven to lie. That's all he does. His real name is Lie Space. Lie Space. Alone Space. Alone Space. Oh, for real. That boy been alone. Oh my goodness. Y'all are funny as hell. Yeah, Alone Space has never had a music career. He is simping. I mean, right now he is at extremist simping. I mean, that boy is simping like he's never simped before. You understand? He takes the meaning of simping and gives it a whole new name and takes it to a whole new level. He's simping for someone who's not even good looking at all. Okay. Literally looks like they're wearing a toupee like Donald Trump. Okay. Looks like they put too much, oil on their hair like Olive. You understand? Literally her ex boyfriend. You should have seen what she did to that man's car. Okay. That one right there is like completely insane. And she's trying to bank off that and lean off that. She's manipulating, trying to manipulate, and she's really bad at it. And you can tell by her icon on her channel that she's literally, completely psycho. She's completely out of her mind. Okay. I wouldn't want to be around her. You understand? It is what it is, man. I don't know what any of that means, brother. I have no idea. Okay. So, like I said, if I can't see what you type in the chat, it's because you're blocked, because you have nothing to offer here. Okay. Now, if Groovy Jimmy is blocked, it is what it is, man. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a link. And if you want to come up, if you show me that it's you, I'll let you on. Okay. Because, I think all of them kind of troll. I don't think none of them are really legit. Right. That may be the truth. But we'll figure it out. There's someone looking at Batman. Dude, it's hot out here today, man. Oh, man. This is not nice. But like I said, Batman, I got money to make. I got stuff to do. So I try to get going and do what I got to do as much as I can, Trying to figure out what I want to do right now because it's kind of late in the day already. All right. Did the link not work or okay? There we go. Me day now. All right. There's your link. Like I said, let's talk, Groovy Jimmy. Come on, man. Nothing wrong with having a conversation, right? Why not? Let's have a conversation, man. Like real talk. Shouldn't be no issue with having a conversation. Feel me? Let's have one. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about how, Tone Space, Alone Space, has absolutely nothing going for him, right? How he's never released a music track yet. How he never had a career. He never even began a career because he's afraid to fail, so he thus then fails, right? He did all that yelling and screaming as a front. Groovy Jimmy is right about that. Here's my baby. I really don't know, honey. I don't know him. I don't know who he is. I may have heard the name before. That's as far as I know. But the reason he's a part of this is because he's actually talking about the situations. And finally, he's the only one I've seen that's saying somewhat of the truth. The rest of them will just sit there and literally talk delusion. And it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And they don't understand that stuff just don't fly out here. It don't fly in reality. You're going to have to acknowledge reality. It's not a choice. So I don't know why these people spend all day on the internet telling themselves what they'd like to hear, but the days of that are about over. Okay. First of all, I want everybody to donate. I'm wondering if I should just go eat right now. It's one or the other for me right now. If I make it over here in time, I don't really feel like running. But here, hold on. Mute real quick. think I'm gonna just stick to business today. I don't really feel like wasting that much money. I was gonna go to buffet, but if anybody wants to see me go to the buffet, just donate right now. Let me know. But I would need like $20. It's expensive. So, and it would have to be like right now because, yeah. So, like I said, Tone Space, I mean, is a joke. There's nothing serious about the guy. I mean, there's no surprise. We knew what he was going to do. He saw this cyber guy, said you don't have to acknowledge reality if you don't live in it or participate in it. They all live in and participate with delusions. It's a choice they make to not search out the truth. Well, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's their choice, but until they come out in reality and go outside, and then it's not their choice. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, that stuff works on the internet, when you stay inside all day and you're sheltered. But the minute you walk outside, if you don't acknowledge reality, you're going to have a lot of problems with people out in reality. Man, it's just common sense. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. They can make whatever choice they want, but that's my point. When they deal with me and listen to me, that choice is gone. They're going to acknowledge reality. They don't have a choice. That's why they come over here and the content's not made for their consumption, Delusion is not a free will choice. Delusion is not a choice. That's what I'm here to stop and completely make sure that there is no delusion. I am reality. So there's no room for their nonsense. You understand what I'm saying, honey? But yeah, you're right. But like I said, at the end of the day, there's only one reality. And those are the things that I'm tired of hearing people say, like, oh, there's this and that. No, there's one truth in every situation. And anybody who thinks not, you're out of your mind. You feel me? It's just crystal clear. It's that simple. So, like I said, there's always somebody who's wrong and somebody who's right. All that other stuff where y'all talk about, facts change. That's literally why I live and breathe and run my whole movement. Because I've already proven a long time ago that facts don't change. Facts are facts. I'm a walking fact. You understand? I'm the fact that they can't deal with. You understand? So it's like I said, people can do whatever. I mean, that's all hypothetical, but at the end of the day, they have no choice. They have to acknowledge reality. That's what Batman has changed the game and made it. That's the whole point of everything I'm doing. You get what I'm saying, honey? So, like I said, with Tone Space, we knew what he was going to do. If that was going to happen, I didn't know any of this was going on at all, but when I missed it, I was actually busy when the actual thing happened, which I am kind of upset about because it was live. I could have seen it, but I was busy. Okay. I was probably thinking about Christina. So, literally, I mean, yeah, homeboy does what he always does, raises his voice, starts yelling and screaming, trying to be as abrupt as possible to attract as much attention. They're all right about that. Groovy Jimmy is right about that. Feel me? So, yeah, like I said, Tone Space, he did what we all know he always does. There they are right there. There's the people he rolls with. They're all trolls. So that's what they do. They send them over, and then they think they're going to get somewhere just sitting there typing. Like I said, isn't that why the guy put 3 police reports on him? Those are your exact words. Right. Why would you keep doing electronic means if it's going to land you in jail? See, Tone Space doesn't know how to build a future. Tone Space never had a career. Tone Space never had a pot to what in. Tone Space, we used to watch videos of this dude, like, he'd be crying literally. Ah! And he'd say, I can't even afford a hot dog, and when I do, I share it with the homeless. And that was a cover up too. Everything he says is fake because he was homeless. He's always been homeless. Somebody's paying for that stuff. He's living off the government. That's a government check. Common sense. You want Section 8 too. You're always in some kind of queue. Like, he asked a good question, Groovy Jimmy. If you married to this chick, right? If she even is a chick, I don't know what they are. They're all kind of dating weird looking. They call them chicks. I'm not sure about that, right? So, but nowadays you can get away with that, right? Even the Buns Dot said, today that's normal. He was quick to come to bat for that. He had a quick response for that because he's trying to justify who and what he is, painting his nails black. Honey, this is a grown man. I'm the first one who pointed it out. I said, "Oh, yeah." Now I heard him on the phone when I was around one of these people and literally right there in front of me. And I said, "Yeah, he definitely got that issue." Oh, he loves me. He's the biggest fan I'll ever have. He'll try to get online and post and pretend, but man, the Buns dot, he jelly if anybody even comes around me. That Buns dot is possessive over me, straight up. That Buns dot, I don't know what it is about me that brings it out of him, man, but he loves me. That boy never stops. That's how I met him. I was paying like 4,000 living in the embassy suites, and I heard this dude had my name in his mouth. So I went up to the hotel room and just went AWOL on the show because I was pissed. I was like, where do you get off saying my name? But I think he just wanted my attention, and that's kind of what he was saying. Like, he's like, blah blah, I did this, I accomplished this. I'm like, okay, I mean, you can have it. And then I got done with the show, went on about my business or whatever, ate the breakfast there the next day, and went on about my happy life. That's how we met. But you know, I I mean, he's just not a good person. I mean, he's someone that you could tolerate in doses, but I would never have an affiliation with someone like that because I know what he did, and he needs to be held accountable and go to prison. Outside of that, Jesus loves everybody. I got love for everybody, man. You know what I mean? But I definitely don't agree with what you've done and who you are or what you do. I'll say that. But yeah, he was quick to come to bat for that. He said, "No, today it's normal, girlfriend." He said, "It's okay today." Yeah, he real big on that. Like, if y'all can't figure that out, and these are grown men and they still talking to him and dealing with him, acting like it's normal. Like, what? Like, bro, that's crazy, man. If you notice, none of them have girlfriends, right? Ever. Like, y'all got to explain this to me. What part of the game any of this is? That's all. What part of the game is that? Like, seriously, you got to make some sense. It's downright crazy. Going. So yeah, Tone Space did what we all knew he was going to do. Tone Space saw you. It's kind of like, well, let me not use that comparison because we got rules of the network. But the point is, at the end of the day, it just is what it is, man. I mean, we all know Tone Space is a coward. We all know what it is. Everybody knows. And that's the problem with these people is they do too much bluffing. Okay. And all that nonsense you talking, Ralph, it's all reversed. There's some kind of bug on me that flies. It was just hanging out. Was it a ladybug? It was black though. It's kind of scary. But yeah, like I said, bro, ladybugs are a sign of good things though, like miracles. But yeah, bro, I mean, I just don't get it, bro. I mean, Ralph Bottles, the situation is the complete reversal of what you tried to say. First of all, Tone Space is not about anything. Okay, it's clear that he was raised by broads and so-called women because his emotions got the best of him always, and he acts like a woman. No, he just puts up that front and starts making a bunch of noise because he wants to attract attention. And in the process, now Tone Space has actually committed a felony on camera. Are any of you going to talk about that? Why do these people that are part of the red triangles, this is what I don't get. How can you say that corruption doesn't exist and isn't real? How do they not go to jail for crimes? Had I done what Tone Space did on that video, just with what he said, I would be immediately in jail because these people are constantly trying to track me and get my location, looking up all my info. They're all over me like white on rice. So why is that man not in jail when he just literally committed a crime that's a pretty high profile crime, in fact? That's the question and the only question that I'm concerned with, and I need an answer. Give me a minute. All right, let's get this show on the road. Let's get this party started. So first of all, listen, homie, I don't know why y'all get online doing these games. I don't know why you're all acting like you're thrill seekers on the internet because you just ain't built like that and that ain't you. Y'all have literally sat here and all they're doing is doing it to themselves. I literally called this out. I said, I told Tone Space publicly and he doesn't listen. I didn't get to talk to him direct, but I told him, listen, you're playing the Buns Dot game and he's going to outsmart you because he's been doing this a long time and you're taking bait. The worst thing that Tone Space could have done was act aggressive. Okay, all this fake covering act, acting like he's unfazed after the fact. Bro, you just went out there and committed a felony on camera. You'll never live this down. Do you understand? Like you gonna go to jail for that? It's guaranteed. So I don't understand. Like this is what I'm saying. And you doing that in New York, much less. I don't know how New York is with the law, but like I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let stuff like that slide. Right. So when it actually gets brought to their attention, whether it be through my federal lawsuit that I'm filing or whatever, because it'll all get brought up, everything y'all doing is being watched. Understand that because you're an illegal organization. What do you expect people not to pay attention? You keep breaking the law. You keep coming over here. Every time you come over here, that's a separate felony. You understand? You people better get real, bro. It ain't a choice. It's called the law, and you don't have a choice but to abide by it or go to prison. And that's where all of you are going. So I suggest you wisen up and start getting smart and realizing that you don't ever talk back to me, for sure. You don't talk back to a grown man. When Groovy Jimmy is trying to talk, you let the man talk, okay? And please stop acting like y'all are built like that. I don't see nobody coming out here and interrupting me when I talk. What's this, all this fake tough stuff? That's all they do. They want to bluff because they're trying to get anybody who really from the streets or a real dude in trouble. That's all they do. You understand? Like, yeah, you got to be smart enough to not take the bait then. It's like all y'all complaining about so-called women. Change up your game. Deal with better women. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I got me a real one. I give Christina all the credit. I would never have her in competition. I would never take her for granted. I would never take advantage of her. Christina is amazing, and she deserves to be treated with respect. When you have pure, genuine love for someone, you want to take care of them and you just have pure genuine love for them. You know, it's not only attraction, although the attraction is through the roof, but it's not just that. It's the fact that you really care about that person. That's the thing. These people, they want to say whatever. You can tell yourself whatever. Say, oh, she's a troll, oh, this and that. Well, that troll has my back. That troll has still done as much as she can for me. She's done more for me than any of you really have ever done for each other. It ain't about how much money. It's about the fact, like the thought that counts. Okay? No, he's not. Jimmy is cool. You understand? Jimmy is cool. You understand? Oh, now you're trying to talk like me because I say get it right. See, that's what they do. They have no personality of their own. Oh, and the one thing that I'm not going to sit here and play games with, and I'm also not going to get upset because that's all he's trying to do. Tone Space, you don't believe in God. Don't ever say that you're talking to God because I really do talk to God. So, God, you hear me? Don't let Tone Space get away with that one. That's all I got to say. You feel me? Nah, bro, that dude is literally sitting there and he goes online. He thinks it's cute, trying to play mental mind games with people, with strangers. And he keep trying to mess with people. Hey, you getting your karma and getting what you deserve. See, while they getting their karma, they still creating more, bro. You guys to keep God's name out your mouth, bro. I'm letting you know that right now, bro. That's not funny at all. Don't sit there and say, because honey, I'm sitting here telling the world and proved it that I really talk to God. I got direct connection to God. This is not a gimmick. Homeboy comes out now, everything he see online, he try to copy. So you know he's stalking me because I'm the only person who talks like that. And says so now he's saying, God told me, boy, you better stop it. These people are crazy. Ooh, it's a tarantula. Is he operable? He ain't moving. Come on, Taranchi. What's wrong with him? Is he asleep? Hey, give him a minute. See what he does. I like tarantulas. I think they're pretty cool. They're scary. He's a little guy. Man, I've seen some out here. They get not really right here, but in other areas. I'm talking about I saw a yellow and black one, bro. That one was as big as my hand. They're nice though. Like they got personalities and stuff. Like they could be pets. I know people have them as pets. They come out. He came out and he just showed himself to me like, yo, what's up? It was one night I was doing the Batman thing at night, like doing my thing. Boy, he came out just to say hi to me, and he went right back. He crawled in his little hole. You know, it was crazy. That's what Tone Space is doing right now. You know, going back to the Section 8 pad. You know, he goes back to his hooch. I mean, it's ridiculous, bro. I mean, like I said, why don't we just state the facts? I mean, Tone Space, I mean, is a sucker. I mean, you know, like, I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, y'all say he's doing this. You're trying to figure out somebody who you can't figure out because he makes no sense. The dude is out of his mind, bro. You can't figure that out. I give up, man. That's funny. You said you was gonna fly 1 year ago and you haven't. What happened? Well, I did fly because my success is soaring. So there you go. Anything else? Any other wannabe snide smart remarks you want to make? I'm flying all right. Taking off, flying like takeoff. No, not like takeoff at all. All right. Like I said, man, the fact is, I mean, as far as flying, we'll get to the flying when we get there. I don't get what you mean. I got to design the wings. I mean, like I said, see, that's the thing. I mean, you know, it's a good metaphor you brought up. We can't fly until people learn to work together. So since you don't want to donate and you want to sit there and be like that, like that's why, because of you. I ain't got no problem with that. Oh, I'm gonna fly. Don't worry. Oh, here's another spider. Man, I can't get away from him. I be trying to do what I need to do. They be right there. He's just looking at me. This one's active too. I got to get away from him. Sometimes there be you know, there's two of them. They be menace spiders. Like these are not ones you play with either, and they're just right here. You get away from them. I have to wait on that. But yeah, like we all know what it is with you, Tom. Right? We all know the truth. We do. We all know what it is, man. I want to talk to Groovy Jimmy, bro. So I might have to keep on trying on here until you know he finds out and talks to me or mans up and talks to me. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what's so hard about coming over here, but it is what it is. But we got to talk, homie. We need to have a conversation. Feel me? Conversation. Right. So at the end of the day, you know, like I said, I mean, these people ain't talking about nothing. They ain't never been talking about nothing. Everything that they talk about is fake and doesn't exist. And Tone Space is the one who lost. Tone Space, like, looks bad. I mean, as usual. I mean, bro, you sat there and you had a conniption fit on the camera. And I knew that's what it was going to be. I knew just by looking at the still picture before I even watched a little bit of any of the videos, which none of them were that great. Y'all need to do better at filming and how you put up videos. But I mean, I already knew what it was going to be. I knew it was just going to be him yelling and screaming, mad. And that's just the funny thing. You can tell he's a complete narcissist, like I told you. And see, that's how he is behind closed doors. You know, you gotta understand that the not in cyberspace chick, she's just using him. She's been using him since day one. She's just trying to pretend that she's a manipulator. You're not manipulating nothing, honey. Okay, you couldn't manipulate nothing. Real talk, you are nobody. She sits over there, she tries to talk that she's intellectual. Then her comment, she stated something about, oh, that, you know, delusion. Well, yeah, what do you think you're bringing to the table, lady? I mean, when have you ever said a sane, coherent thought? You can look at your channel. You think you sound educated? You sound like what you are. You make no coherent sense and you're out of your mind. That's what you sound like. You don't even know how to use the English language properly. You don't sound eloquent, intelligent, smart, educated. Like you literally don't even sound like you grabbed a dictionary and tried to. You sound the opposite. And the harder you try, you're just like Tone Space. Y'all belong together, the two tryhards. Y'all try too hard. You're like Tri-Lee. You're the Tri-Lees. Real talk. And it ain't tryout season. It is ridiculous, man. I'm just saying, bro. How long is this nonsense going to go on? So now Tone may have 3 police reports on him. Great job there, buddy. You go in the right direction. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. See, that's why delusion is not an option. It's not free will and a choice because it'll land you in jail and prison. Like, what? You'll never succeed. You'll never get anything done. I don't know how these people even go about survival. I really don't. You can't be able to function like that, man. That's why they hide inside and do all that stuff. So you saw that's why he's like, get away from me. Yeah, he was scared. Tone Space was scared of a dude that's like 3 feet tall. The dude is not big. He's not strong. He's not all that fake stuff he claiming he ain't about. And he's just super weird, man. He's super petty. Then he ran to the hospital because he had a cough. Like, that's just not something to brag about. So number one, Groovy Jimmy, if you're trying to be street or real, I suggest that you choose your friends a little more wisely because he sure ain't it. But Groovy Jimmy said the truth. He said, I think he's scared of Tyree Sneed. Think? I mean, like I said, let's go over the situation. When I was in Austin, okay, he and his group, right, of their illegal organization, right, which I hadn't really labeled them that yet. I didn't know anything as much as I know now, right? So he stalked every move that I made at the time. He tried to discourage people from having anything to do with me, all narcissist stuff, right? He said, and they said they kept talking crazy and reckless like usual, and they said he was coming to Austin. Okay. So it was just the weirdest thing ever, right? Like, it don't make no sense for me to really go into detail and explain, you know, but the whole point is he ran away. He never came to Austin. I don't think he ever came to Austin, and they knew my whole schedule. I told them my schedule. I said, no, I said, I'll be right here. Then I'm going here. I'm working. I was working at a pizza place. So that's what I'm saying. They be doing antics on the sideshow stuff so they can try to use things later that don't exist. That makes no sense. If you're gonna have leverage or gain leverage, at least has to be real. Tone Space never came to Austin, ever. So they lied, said he did that. He never filmed a lie. He never came to Austin, bro. That boy is too scared to go to Austin, especially if I'm there. So, like I said, no, I literally told y'all, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing. I'm working. This is where I'm going to be. And then I told you this weekend, I'm going to San Antonio. So then I go to San Antonio, and then his illegal organization again is stalking me, again, issuing illegal statements towards me, following me, tracking me, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. And then the same story. They're talking about all this rah rah stuff and bluffing and saying this and that and don't do nothing. What is that? Like, that don't make no sense, bro. Nah, bro, come on, bro. Y'all got to tell the public the truth, man. How y'all be following me? Y'all really be on me with this internet stuff. That's weird, man. You understand? That's the whole reason why that Michael dude got a problem with that Buns dot. That's the whole reason why all that stuff clearly happened between them. You know what I'm saying? And the dude is still upset and still, like getting at the Buns dot, and he backing down talking about, oh, I'm done. I don't want to do nothing. Right? That boy does not want to get into it with nobody. He's soft. But then he'll get online and talk crazy. You see what I'm saying? Hey, no, bro, I'm telling y'all reality, bro. Delusion does not work out here in these streets, bro. Y'all better stop that straight up, bro. That nonsense is common sense. And they know what it's going to get them into, and they just sit there and continue to play this game. For what, dude? If you ain't from the street, you ain't from the street, bro. You don't sit there trying to mess with street dudes. Let the street dudes do what they doing, man. Because most of them ain't really street dudes. That Michael dude, he's not a street dude. That's like a family man, right? The other dude, the cyber dude, he definitely not a street dude. That's a conventional try to go to the gym guy. Like I said, he ran to the hospital because he had a cough. That's a coward, right? All that stuff that y'all kicking, bro, ain't getting y'all no points, man. I'm just being real. Like, I'm just telling you the truth. Groovy Jimmy said my name. He said Tone Space is scared of Tyree Sneed. That's a fact. Groovy Jimmy, we might have one that's a little more real in. I'm gonna give him a chance. But the rest of you and the people you affiliate with, nah, not at all, man. I'll talk to Groovy Jimmy because me and him, I think, could relate on a couple of things. You know what I mean? Especially if he's from New York. Just because where you from don't make you street. Just because you from New York don't make you street. You know what I mean? He's got kind of that 50 Cent look. I liked him. I thought he was all right. I thought he had a good show. He just needs to try to get them trolls off that program completely. Stop talking to them. Because the things they say, I mean, they just would never fly, bro. Like, we ain't going for that, bro. You can't do that, man. You got to show respect. You got to show respect to everybody. That means show respect to Steve. Don't ever say Steve's name. That's the problem right there. That's number one. That's my issue. Don't ever speak Steve's name in no way that ain't positive. That's number one. I'm going to stand up for Steve's even now. Don't do that because I'm going to have a problem with that. You understand? So, first of all, leave Steve's name alone. Styles, Nutword TV, leave him alone. Leave him out of it. He ain't got nothing to do with it. You ain't got nothing to do with this. And you need to walk your what self on and go find something to do. That's what you need to do. You ain't never been nobody. You ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You do a bunch of rah rah talk on the internet and then you run and hide. right? And he got off of me. I know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He got off of me. He don't say nothing to me now. Yeah, because I succeeded. Everything you didn't want to see as usual. Boy, I succeed every time in my sleep, bro. Let me tell you something you'll never do. Say anything in front of me. You feel me? Yeah, you pull that nonsense with that Tyra, right? With True Freeman. You don't do it with me. They know who to play with and they know who not to play with. Let's just get real, man. That's what it is. See, it ain't me or us who trying to act tough. We want to be free. We doing everything to stay out of trouble. We don't want no problems. I'm not gonna let nobody act like they controlling or manipulating situations with me. That's why I'm very careful about how I talk and I choose my words wisely. Because these are some victim playing dudes. Okay? Real talk. So, like I said, you just gotta understand. Nah, I mean, if Tone Space was about anything, we would have been done heard about him, man. If he was official tissue and he was stamped, somebody would have said, just like Mano said about, Bunky Essay. Somebody would have said and talked and said, like he said the penguin is good money. Somebody would have said that. Nobody called. Nobody gave us a call. It's the same thing. Trust me, bro. I'm literally run the streets. If Tone Space was legit, or he was a gangster, or he got it in the street, or he was a tough dude, or any kind of jacket like that, that's what he wanted to create. Some kind of bravado, some kind of toughness. If he was that, I would have been known by now. I'm just telling you the truth. Tone Space is a coward, bro. Tone Space, we all know what he is. I ain't got to say it all on here. He's gonna run and tell. So that's why he did that. He attracted attention. Yeah, it's just like prison and jail. We all should know the rules by now how people do things. If the dude making a bunch of noise, he ain't about no action. That's just common sense. Like, but the thing is, we don't got to keep going over it and going over it. It's just a one-time conversation, and we move forward. We all know Tone Space ain't nobody. So basically, what happened is he got his karma. He got exposed publicly. He got kind of made to look silly publicly in front of everybody. He didn't make anyone look no type of way. The dude was standing right there trying to talk. He had the phone the phone was right there on his belt, right? I don't know about as far as him having his hands up. I don't see why you get points for that. All that stuff you talking about with Tone Space talking about, I wanted to make eye contact. That's all female game. See what I'm saying? Them dudes, they ain't about nothing, bro. They ain't never gonna do nothing. I'm talking about considering any situation. Those are dudes, they was raised by females, bro. They just try to get on the internet and they want to act and it's all just for show and it's just because they have nothing better to do. Let's talk about the truth. How Tone Space looked, I mean, it looked bad, bro. I'm talking about you take the meaning, like, bro, it's dirty and dingy, like 50 Cent said, like that homeboy looked like he really struggling, bro. We doing better than you, I'll say that. Obviously, we've been doing better than you every day. That must be why your vampiric face friend is so mad, right? Right? L Frost? Yeah, that's going to prison, 100%. I got your voicemails, El Frost, to you telling me you don't want to see me eating. You know it's a felony, right? You're real smart, right? You and all your people, you left me voicemails. You just looked up my number again, called my phone. I had to change the number again. That's crazy, man. All right. Yeah, I'm not here to talk to you, dude. Look, another crazy looking dude. That's a cool dog, though. What kind of dog is that? Show the dog. The dog's cool. Yeah, he's cool. He's cute, dog. Are you a troll or what? Are you what? Are you, I don't, you have nothing to do with this. Hey, you're right though. He's got a cool dog. The dog was cool, but yeah, like I said, I mean, it's just the fact that these people don't seem to get it, man. All this energy that y'all use with this nonsense, and not doing anything. Y'all need to put that attention and that energy into the Batman, man. Like I said, y'all could be paying me right now, getting my pockets, full and putting money into this as a business, and we would be able to give you all the excitement you want. Like straight up, that's the point. You supposed to be funding this if y'all was paying, right? I don't get that, man. Like I said, they got no problem coming at their pocket for them illegal organizations and them cults and everything that's demonic and evil. But when you got a guy that says, I'm gonna go out in the street and take on the entire criminal underworld by myself and already does it and did it and won, right? And I can do this in every city and state, they say, nah, you get nothing. That's crazy, son. Like that's so unfair. It's unbelievable. I'm just saying, like we got to get funding somehow. I really don't want it from them. Common sense. I'm just saying the truth, though. It needs to be said so people understand what's happening. I'm talking about everybody can donate. I don't decipher who donates. That ain't my responsibility. I care less. If money come in, that's my money. Y'all could be taking all that time and energy. You feel me? Yeah, that's hilarious. Thank you. You still get blocked though. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they on. You got to go. Actually, let me do a deal with you, man. This is Agent Q right here. I can't even really see you, but let me go ahead and screenshot that for court purposes. A big smile there, Bugs Bunny. All right, there you go. All right. So, Agent Q, here's the deal, Agent Q. You want to do some more videos? Because that's the only way we talk. If you want to do videos, you got right now. I'll give you about a minute to donate me $25. Okay. If you do that right now, or I don't know about letting you on the show because I got to protect my channel, but we can at least like do the videos. And all you got to do, and then after that, you could cash up like a buck, say what kind of video you looking for, and we can do business. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and put up 2 fingers right now, and then go to Cash App. If you don't want to do that, put up 1 finger. That's your proposition. Anything else I don't have time for, man. This is a business. Stop looking lost. I don't know what you're on. I don't care. Can you put up 2 fingers if you're going to do it, or 1? Or I'm going to block you. Christina said, of course I am. I can't see your, what? Put up 1? Oh, hell no. Is it that finger? Did you just do that? Oh, he put up 2. All right, deal. All right, bet. So can you do that right now then, please? So that I see that it comes through, because that would help me out, and then we can talk, and I don't have no issue with you. I forgive you, and we good. And then we can do business. I just can't have you on the program, man, because I cannot afford to risk this show when I'm doing a full good show. I can't be bringing people on here that I don't know what they're going to say and how they're going to act. So, I mean, you should be able to understand that. But yeah, if you can do that right now, please do. That would help. Let me go check that. Hold on. Hold on, people. Should still be in here. I just unblocked you on Cash App, so I'm giving you the opportunity. All right. If you can do that right now, please do. Since you showed 2 fingers, and we can get to it. But yeah, you're unblocked on Cash App. All right. Please try to do that right now because I need to get going. I got to do what I got to do today. Thank you, honey, so much. I love you more than anything. You are everything to me. Man, something got me in the eye, bro. It's been hurting. I don't know. It doesn't look that bad, I guess. I got a mustache going now. Mustache boy, stash. I need a superhero sidekick named Stash. But yeah, if he does that, I'll give him credit. Like I said, I forgive you either way. We gonna move forward. And he's unblocked on the Cash App, Agent Q, so hopefully he can get some money rolling again and we can start doing some videos. I will try to go out my way to make sure your videos are good. Just be patient with me. I gotta do it without being rushed so I can do it right. And I'll try to make them, the best way I can, and we'll do it like that. All right. And I also need, yeah, leave. I mean, I would, I'm going to put them out publicly. I think that's the best way to do it because I don't really want to be talking outside of that. Hell no. Yeah, I don't want to be talking outside of that, so I'm gonna just put them out publicly. Whatever you pay for, you get publicly, and that way everybody can see it. I think that's the best way we'll do it. But I'll make sure it's worth your while, and I'll try to, make sure you understand that video is for you. I'll let you know, and we'll go from there. All right. Outside of that, let's see what else. I don't know, man. It's just like I said, bro. I mean, Tone Space, bro. Nobody takes seriously. Nobody is ever gonna take him seriously, and he's who looked bad, bro. I'm just being realistic, bro. I mean, both of them look bad. I mean, it's just I just don't understand what was the point. If you're gonna meet up and have a conversation, just have the conversation, bro. You should. Tone Space is not a man, so he can't have a conversation. And it's just a bunch of boring stuff. This has nothing to do with me. I don't want people running around doing antics. I just don't understand it at all. You feel me? But let them do what they do. We can't stop them. They're going to continue to be them and do whatever they want to do and waste their time. And that's what I'm saying. All this time with these antics to try to get attention because you're a narc, you're a narcissist, when you could be trying to make money on here. You could be trying to work together. And literally, these people got a little bit of money. They could help to get this Batman thing going and build the channel and build my movement and what I'm doing. And then we can help people and save lives. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna try to teach these people and encourage them to start doing something positive, man. That's the thing. It doesn't matter who you are, who you're affiliated with. At the end of the day, you could teach everybody to do positive and do right. They should be putting their money into me. That's just the truth. Instead of putting their money and their efforts and their time and all these other things that don't matter, they should be taking that money and putting it into me and what I do. So, I mean, it's just that simple, you know what I mean? But if they're not going to do that, I mean, we're not going to get anywhere. It's just that simple. Well, let me requote that. We're going to get somewhere. We're going to win, but y'all are not. You know, we're already winning. But yeah, I don't know why y'all are so boring, man. Like, if y'all want to see some action, bro, just put some money in my pocket through the Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. You'll get all the action you want, bro. Straight up, I'll go right in the streets of Dallas, Houston. I don't care, bro. I ain't scared to go nowhere, bro. That's what I don't get. Y'all are saying you want action. Okay, well, you're going to have to come to Batman for action. You can't go to Tone Space and get no action. You're going to get yelling and screaming and effeminate broad type of dude. You know? Like, that's all he does. And he screams the same way, and it's not even intimidating. Boy, his scream is hilarious. It's so generic. He bores me, honestly, bro. But it's like, I just don't get it. I don't get why everybody wants to be tough on the internet. Like, see, people like us who actually been in jail and stuff like multiple times and in and out of cop cars a million, and like now everybody respects me and loves what I do, and I'm an example of somebody that came out of actually all that and living like that and like is about that life. Like, they all respect me and have love for me now. Like that's the point of it, to bring unity. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. I've been through it, man. I've been in a lot of different positions within my life, so I don't know, man. I just hope that I can bring people to God the right way, and I hope that I can bring people towards the right direction genuinely from my heart. And that's all I'm really here to do. I ain't here to kiss up so people can pay me or give me donations. I'm here to say the truth. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. Hopefully, people will figure it out and catch on, and hopefully, I can make a positive change for people, man, because that's really what people need. And it's brutally obvious. Hold on. Anyway, I got stuff to do. What I'm gonna do another show after this in a minute, so just bear with me, and we'll go in again on this and give Groovy Jimmy another opportunity to talk. I'm giving you some shine here, man. Don't milk. I'm not a cow. Don't milk this for all the shine you can get. I need you to come to this next show, man. Can somebody please let him know that I'm trying to talk to him? Okay. He's the only one that I want to talk to right now. The rest of them, I'm not trying to talk to, bro. Any dude that gets a little cough and says that he got to go to the hospital, I'm sorry, bro. That is crazy soft. I've never that is insanity, bro. I got a cough. Like what? Boy, you got some like no one. They hooked him up. They gave him like top of the line everything. That's crazy, son. Like what? Like how you gonna act like you in the street but you got like all that? Like that's like what? These people is crazy. So I'm telling you, man, the people, and that was funny. Ralph Bottles was saying, "You guys from the suburbs." I mean, you mean you from the suburbs? You don't live in no projects. You live in a ghetto. You live in a dilapidated circumstances, but that ain't no project. Ain't no tough neighborhood. Talking about, oh, it's hard to move around. It ain't hard to move around there, bro. You need to rephrase it. It's hard for you to move around there. You know why? Because you're delusional. You don't own any cars. You don't even have a scooter. right? You don't have nothing going for you. You wear fake jewelry. You're 3 feet tall. You're an internet troll for a living. All you do is sit on there online and claim you rich because you got a TV. Ooh, wow. Ooh, goodness. Everything I got, bro, costs like 3,000 times more than anything you've ever rented. And I own everything. Like that's what's crazy, bro. Like not even, bro. It cost about like billions more. Like I don't even know what he's talking about anymore. Like real talk, bro. Like I said, I own billions in equity, bro. I got buildings, bro. I got access to. Real talk, bro. Y'all is funny as hell. So like I said, they can remain on their little hustle. We gonna keep on doing the real thing. But I want to talk to Groovy Jimmy because I want to have a conversation about all that. But yeah, like I said, I was in Austin. I went to San Antonio. Tone Space never came anywhere near me, bro. Tone Space will never come anywhere near me. He's clearly scared of me, which is really weird behind the internet. I don't know how people can be that terrified that, even behind the internet they scared. That's crazy. But Tone Space is just a fake dude, and he just really showed his true colors now. I mean, it's like, dude, like you just making yourself look worse and worse, and it just goes to show it ain't just him. He shouldn't even be embarrassed because he has no shame. He's a narcissist, so he shouldn't even be embarrassed because that's why he's like, I have no need. Of course not, because he knows who he is. He ain't nobody. He ain't nothing. But you know who should be ashamed? That blah 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 is not in cyberspace chick. She should be ashamed because that's your you're saying that's your man. That's not a man, bro. That's not a man. That's not even. I mean, that's like a troll, bro. That's a troll. He's a full-grown troll, and he's had several instances where he do that, where he keep going around New York yelling. They gonna have to ban that boy from New York. Real talk. Like, come on, bro. Your girl L Frost has tried to sit there and get me banned from everywhere and tried to mess with my actual everything I built and got going on, right? So shouldn't the opposite like happen with you genuinely? Shouldn't karma come and say, nah, I think Tone Space need to be banned from everywhere in New York and just banned from the whole state? He need to leave New York and go be homeless somewhere else. Go to Missouri or something because real talk, he's been outside yelling at all these different places. If they find out who he is, and I'm gonna make sure that everybody does. I'm gonna keep talking about it publicly, and I'm gonna bring it up in the federal lawsuit. I don't make phone calls like y'all. I'm not on that coward stuff. I don't do that. You know what I mean? But I will make sure that it's a public issue. Come on, bro. Wow, incredible. So yeah, like I said, um, it just I can't even imagine Christina's reaction when she's reading these messages or anyone. Like, what the hell? What's wrong with these people? They really escalated this stuff. So yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're gonna keep on pushing, but yeah, Tone Space is a cosmic joke, man. He's gonna be never ending entertainment. He's like Red Pill. He's a cash cow. You know, he just doesn't make any money. We make the money off of him. Red Pill is golden goose, lays golden eggs. Honey, you got to watch that short video too. Oh, Jimmy's the real Batman. Okay, that's fine. Jimmy can be the real Batman. He might be able to be my sidekick, man. I need a little bit of variety, so he might be able to be my sidekick. And maybe he wants to be Robin. I don't know. Maybe we'll find another name for him. It is what it is. Wow, that is incredible. All right, so outside of that, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'll be back in a minute, man. I'm not gonna be that long. Let's just come back. We'll have a meeting here, and you all can discuss what you want to do with the king of YouTube. That's right, the king. Ooh, for real. All right. We'll be back, folks. Remember, I'm not Cliffy Cupcakes. Baby.